Hello, I'm Sarah Black.
And I'm Theo Black.
And here's our review in under 3 minutes for 3 Billboards outside Ebbing, Missouri. No spoilers.
A town grapples with a grieving mother's response to her daughter's horrible death. So this movie is really good.
Definitely.
The characters are really complex and very well acted. Sam Rockwell, Peter Dinklage, Woody Harrelson, Frances McDormand, and many others just give great performances. I'm going to give some credit to Martin McDonagh, the director, but also just they're all good actors. On top of that, they have great characters to be acting.
Yeah.
Because all of them have pretty clear motivation. Frances McDormand's character, her daughter's been horribly murdered, and she really wants them to do something about it. But then Woody Harrelson's character wants to do something about it, but maybe he doesn't have a lot to work with, maybe he's having other problems, but you can see why it's not just as simple as like, oh, you either do it or don't.
Yeah.
There's levels of complexity of like, well, I want to do it, but I want you to do this, why aren't you doing it? But...
And even the characters themselves understood that. No one... I mean, a few people maybe hated each other, but... It wasn't a matter of one character thinking another character is a bad guy. And isn't it more complicated when you care about someone and want them to do something different than when you hate someone and want them to do something different? And that's kind of the magic of a movie like this.
It's people who might do good things, but be kind of bad in terms of, like, morality. And that creates an interesting level, too, where you're like, well, this guy's kind of scummy, but he's doing what I want him to do.
Right, and the thing I do want to mention as well is the expansiveness of this story. I think about it in comparison to Phantom Thread, which was, like, just these two characters and these micro-tensions. And this is many more characters and a bigger story than I was really expecting. It's not something you see too often right now. Just... there's so many different things happened in this movie, but I still felt like it was still interesting. It didn't feel like we just kept whizzing by. It's like each thing had a consequence, and you saw that consequence, and it led to something else in this really just big story.
And you also don't always expect where it's going either.
Right,
so.
Completely, which is fun.
My one noticeable criticism is that Denise and then the guy who helps put up the signs, they don't get a lot of character development, and there are only black characters in the movie, which is kind of stereotypical Hollywood to me. I wish they'd actually done something more with that.
Yeah.
On top of everything I've already said, there's good visuals, good music, lots of cool edits. 5 pigeons!
I love this movie. It wasn't what I expected in a good way, so I'm giving it 5 pigeons.
Frances McDormand is a badass.
Totally.
Subscribe.
Just for that reason.